Hello everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. So two things before we get started. One, I think I'm going to start doing episodes like this on Sundays. There's a couple of reasons I want to do that, but mainly because it gives me more time to research things, look into things, even partially script it, have bullet points so that I can remember things that I want to talk about. Whereas before, when I would do these episodes and I would try to get them out either on the day or during the week, I would try and rush them either on my lunch break or rush them after I was done with work. And I'm not real happy with the way things turned out after that. However, last week's, when I took my time, I structured it, and I got it out on Sunday, I felt much more relaxed doing it. I felt it was a better product. And so for the foreseeable future, I'm going to start putting like show and tell episodes like this on Sundays. Also, you may have noticed at the beginning, I took out the promo for the Conan Print to help LA Firefighters. I did that because, as far as I could tell, and if anybody knows differently, let me know, but as far as I could tell from the news and things that I found reading news articles, the fires have been contained and may actually be out at this point. So I still have the link for the Conan Print in the description below. I will still have that down there for as long as they sell it, because they are still selling the prints, and the proceeds will still go to help LA Firefighters, because you know they're still going to need some help in the cleanup, in the aftermath. But I think the fires have finally ended. I think it was like 3 weeks it took. That is insane. Could you imagine that? So I'm taking that out of the beginning of the video. However, like I said, the link to the prints will still be in the description below if you still want to check one out. And you should. I got mine in. I love it. It's on a real, it's on like a real heavy grade paper. For the price you're paying, you get something really cool. And I'm looking forward to getting mine framed, and it's probably going to go back over there next to the lamp and just next to that Frazetta print back there. Now, on with the show. And this is another reason why I want to take some time and do these on Sundays, because there's actually a little bit of structure to this. There's a flow, if you will. The first thing we're going to talk about is some reveals that came out. These, no product in hand, not up for pre-order yet, maybe not even a pre-order date yet in some cases, but we know they are coming, and I just wanted to give you a heads up on it. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the Four Horsemen, their figure obscura retail appreciation line. They have already released some of the retail appreciation figures that are going to be coming out, or announced rather, not released. They have already announced some of the retail appreciation figures that are going to be coming out. They will be going up for pre-order on Valentine's Day, this coming Friday. So I believe, the obvious place to go to for these is Big Bad Toy Store. So as far as I know, everything that we're talking about for Four Horsemen is going to be up for pre-order February 14th, this coming Friday, on Big Bad Toy Store. And the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the Anubis and Beset 2-pack. Well, it was a 2-pack. They are now up for sale individually. And if you're not familiar with the Retail Appreciation series, basically what they did was they took figure obscura figures, which the first wave, the first release, is typically a store Horseman exclusive. You go there, you buy it. And it has its original paint job, and then they release it as a Retail Appreciation figure, which is what we're looking at right here, that has a decidedly different paint job to it. Some people like the Retail Appreciation paint job better. I preferred the original paint job for the Christmas Carol figures for the Ghost of Marley and the Ghost of Christmas Past. I am on the fence of which one I like better for the Headless Horseman, whether I like the all-black version or the version that's up for sale on Big Bad Toy Store right now. And also I'm kind of neutral on the Father Christmas figure, where like I could go with the red or the green. I kind of dig the green a little bit more, but I think the red one I like because that's also like a traditional Santa Claus. But Mask of the Red Death, I 100% liked the Retail Appreciation version of the figure better. And I think I'm finding that with Anubis and Beset right here. Mainly because while the original release may have been a little bit truer to like mythology, because when the figure was released, they had like a brown flesh tone to their bodies, and they had the black head pieces, the black head sculpts setting on top of them. This may be the old school D&D player in me, but I always picture like a lot of the Egyptian gods having like the onyx black skin, like some of the statues that you see in Egypt, especially Set. If they do anything with Set eventually, like I definitely see Set with like onyx black skin. So when they release these with the jet black skin and the brighter colors on their clothing, this is more along the lines of what I was hoping for. Like the original 2-pack that they came out with of these ones on Store Horsemen, I actually had in my cart twice and kept deleting it. And then I went back on the second day and put it in my cart again and then deleted it, because I really like mythological figures. I just wasn't real big on how those looked. They were very, I don't know, vanilla to me, I guess. But this goes more along the lines of what I think when I think like the gods. And yeah, a lot of how I view like deities of old is is affected by my time playing D&D and comic books. 100%, not even going to lie about that. So this is probably something I'm going to be picking up. They were sold as a 2-pack, but these ones, the retail appreciation figures, are going to be sold individually, and they will be $69.99 each, so $70 each. The other figure that they have coming out is Frankenstein's monster right here. And that one was released last year, 2024, and he was Store Horseman exclusive, and he had this sort of like yellowed skin tone to him. And I wasn't real big on that. This one obviously has the green skin tone to him. And I don't know, I was kind of hoping that, I'm sure the yellow, I can't remember, I've read Frankenstein. I can't remember how they described the monster in the novel. I don't think it was a yellow skin tone. I definitely don't think it was this green skin tone either. I was kind of hoping for something like a pale gray pallor type thing. While this is more along the lines of like a Universal monster Frankenstein, and you know I love my Universal monsters, but to me this is a little too Hulk. Like, if you're going to do green in the Universal monsters, that's just law. You have to do it that way. But when you're shooting for something that's supposed to be like a more akin to the novelization, the green just isn't doing it for me, because there is an image, and if I can find it, I'll put it up right here, where it shows him without the long coat on and his long hairpiece, and he kind of looks like Scar a little bit. So I don't think I personally am going to be into that, but I know there's probably a lot of people that are going to be digging on this color. One thing I do really like is that antique coloring that they did for a lot of the accessories, how it sort of has that brass, that bronzing to it, whereas the original was just like stainless steel. It was just like a silver plastic. I really like the look of the accessories, especially the lab table, much better in this one than I did in the other ones. So I don't know. Once again, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I'm kind of digging the accessories. I do like my monsters. I like Frankenstein's monster. I really like the coat, and that they were going for a more like authentic look for the novelization. It's just the green isn't doing it for me. And this is $74.99, $75. So I'm going to have a lot of thinking to do, but I do think he looks good. Like, after seeing this, I'm kind of upset with myself that I did skip out on the yellow one, but I wasn't a big fan of that one either. I was really hoping that when they released the the retail appreciation version, that it was, like I said, going to have like this like dead pallor, almost ashen gray type skin tone. So I rolled the dice and I was wrong. But if you like this, he's going to be up for sale on Valentine's Day, along with Anubis and Besset. At the time of this recording, there is nothing about a Ghost of Christmas Past for the Retailer Appreciation Series. It will either come later in the year, or they will announce it closer to the date. I'm recording this on Saturday. I'm actually recording this on Saturday evening, and nothing has been said about it yet, but keep an eye out for that. If it's going to go up, when you check out these ones on Big Bad Toy Store, it'll be there as well. I have no doubt that eventually the Ghost of Christmas Past will be there. Now, out of Four Horsemen, one thing that we're going to touch on right now is the Loyal Subjects Jem doll, the 12-inch Jem doll. This has actually already been released, but it is very difficult to find now, from what I understand, and you pretty much can't get it online. It is a Walmart exclusive right now. And there are some really, really cool accessories with this. First of all, obviously, you have the Jem doll. You also see that you have another outfit that you can swap out to change her from Jem to Jerrica. The only thing is that she still has all of that pink hair where Jerrica had, you know, blonde hair. She has like the glasses and the high heels that you can swap out. I think it's really cool that she comes with a concert ticket, and she comes with a little tab that's kind of like cells from the cartoon. She also comes with a lanyard with a VIP pass, with like a holographic VIP pass on it that I think is pretty cool. Hair pick, and that stand. In this photo, the stand comes up and it's clamped around her waist, and it's just like a figure stand right there. But I've also seen that you can take the clamp off, and if you look at that microphone piece, you can plug it onto the stand, turn Jem around, and she can hold on to the microphone and use that as a stand as well. So it looks like she's up on stage singing into the mic. I think that's really cool. I did watch Jem when I was a kid. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get this or not. Probably not, but I'm kind of thinking it's kind of cool right now. Also, that figure stand has batteries in it, and when you press the button, it plays the theme song from the cartoon. That is $24.99, and like I said, right now it is a Walmart exclusive. I know a lot of people haven't been able to find it online pretty much at all, and it's selling out fast at Walmart. It's already up on places like eBay for like $50, $60. And that's what I wanted to let you know, that if you are a fan of Jem and you're looking for this figure, or you're looking for this doll, and you're checking out eBay because you can't find it at Walmart, fear not, dear viewers, because this isn't a Walmart exclusive. This is a Walmart first. If you can't find it at Walmart, come the summer. They didn't give an exact date, but they did say come the summer. Loyal Subjects, that is, did say come summer, that it will be available at other retailers. So no exact date on that, but we've seen companies doing this more and more, that instead of like an exclusive, Target or Walmart will get like first dibs, and then it will be released to general sales. We saw Playmates do this with the 40th anniversary of Voltron as well. We've seen Hasbro do this with some of their G.I. Joe classified exclusives, that they'll be up for sale on Walmart, at Walmart, at Target. Then eventually they'll be up for sale on places like Hasbro Pulse. You'll be able to get like Tiger Force and Night Force at like Big Bad Toy Store. So if you can't find her, just have a little patience. In a few months, you'll be able to get one pretty much anywhere. I would not be surprised if this shows up at Big Bad or Entertainment Earth. And the last thing we're going to talk about for reveals is what we had at the beginning of the video, and that is Playmates is teasing their Power Rangers, what they are calling their Reignition line. There's no dates, there's no images, it just says coming soon, and we just have these silhouettes. The important thing to take away from this, though, is that we have 6 silhouettes. So we have 5 Rangers plus the Green Ranger. This is the entire Mighty Morphin team coming out at once, which Even though I'm not a Power Rangers collector, just from my observations and from what I've heard other collectors talk about, that was Hasbro's biggest mistake when they were pushing the Lightning line. Was that it? Power Rangers Lightning, I think it was. When they were pushing the Lightning line, they just never completed a team. I think putting out the teams entirely, like just Mighty Morphin, here's all 6 of them right off the bat, I think that's genius. I think that's going to make a lot of collectors happy. Well, I think that'll make most collectors happy. I can understand there are going to be collectors that are salty that they have to start over again, and whether or not these are going to match up with the Hasbro Lightning collection is iffy. We don't know the exact size of them. We know they're 1/12, but like, will they be exactly 1/12? Will they be a little over 1/12? We don't know. Looking at the silhouettes, it looks like there's basically 2 basic bucks going right now, a male buck and a female buck. All of these figures are probably going to look the same right out of the bat. Mighty Morphin was very easy. It was just skin-tight spandex suits. So it's probably all going to be the same figure. Different paint jobs, different helmet sculpts, different weapons. Green Ranger will have his shoulder pads. Hopefully it will include an unmasked head sculpt as well. Just looking at the silhouettes, what do you think of these? Because when I'm looking at them, the legs seem a little, I don't know, like it seems a little high crotchy in there. It's just a silhouette, so I'm not going to be critical of it right off the bat. I am kind of excited that this is actually happening now, that like hopefully Power Rangers fans will get what they've deserved, which is a cohesive line where you can complete teams. I'm probably going, depending on the price when these come out, I'm probably going to get them. I will probably get the entirety of the Mighty Morphin team. If for no other reason, just curiosity, just to see what they're like. I've never had anything Power Rangers. I did watch Power Rangers when I was younger. By the time Power Rangers came out, I had started high school, so I was kind of watching it before I left the house to catch the bus. But I've never collected anything Power Rangers. I'm kind of intrigued about this. I'm intrigued to see what Playmates is going to do with a Hasbro IP. So we also see they all have their own weapons, which I also wonder, are they going to form together? Will they make the big crossbow thing? We'll have to wait and see. Once again, no date, no pictures, just this teaser. So what do you think? I'm sure there are a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on this. Hey guys, a real quick insert right here, and I wanted to put it in this section, but while I was doing the editing, I noticed that earlier today, Dan Young posted on Blue Sky that the Hasbro Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man looks like it's going to be hitting pre-orders this coming Thursday. That's all that the post said, just said coming this Thursday. Nothing about price, nothing about where it's going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be like Hasbro Pulse and all of like the usual suspects. So just keep an eye out for that. I wanted to let you know. Maximum Spider-Man coming out, probably pre-orders this coming Thursday. So Valaverse continues to churn out their bundle packs for the year. We saw this a couple of weeks ago when they were doing mystery boxes, Mystery Box A and B, and Mystery Box A and B with Mystery Vanguard. Currently, on the Valaverse website, time of recording, Mystery Box A and B are both sold out. They're gone. You can't even, you can't pre-order, you can't access, you can't go on a wait list, nothing like that. The only thing they have left for the mystery boxes are A and B plus Vanguard. So the more expensive mystery boxes are still available. However, in the wake of the mystery boxes, I guess because of how well A and B did, we now have 3 figure and accessory pack bundles that they have out, which they are calling the Winter is Here series. So 3 packs, A, B, and C, A, B, and C. Different price points, different inclusions, and each bundle pretty much builds off of the first one. So pack A, for example, is $39.99. It includes 1 Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Winter Steel Brigade figure, 1 Arctic Gear pack, and 1 Weapons Pack Hotel, Weapons Pack Hotel was the one that had all of the weapons in that white and green winter deco look. So that's Pack A. Pack B is $54.99, and it includes everything in Pack A, the Winter Steel Brigade figure, Arctic Gear Pack, Weapons Pack Hotel, and it includes the Arctic Sniper Gear Pack as well, which is honestly something I keep wanting to get for Snow Job, and I keep forgetting to order one. No matter how many times I've ordered from Valaverse, I always forget that one. And then Pack C is $69.99. Once again, includes everything in Pack B, the exclusive Winter Steel Brigade figure, the Arctic Gear Pack, the Weapons Pack Hotel, the Arctic Sniper Gear Pack, and one Head Pack Alpha. And the only reason I can think that they included this in is because there are 2 winter head sculpts for that. There is the Winter Steel Brigade commander figure, and then, or the officer figure, and then there is also the winter head sculpt in the, I think it's like a gas mask type thing. So you have that with Valaverse, 3 new bundle packs, all packaged in with the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Winter Steel Brigade figure, which I think is an interesting choice. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't include just like the Winter Infantry figure, but I think putting the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Winter Steel Brigade figure in there, I think that's a nice touch. I think people will be more excited about that than just like the generic army builder. And it would be really interesting to see like their Steel Brigade figure with like the Arctic gear on him, or the like the winter ghillie suit with a sniper rifle. So there's a lot of potential for like continuing to army build the Steel Brigade figures with Valaverse. And that takes us into the reason you all came here, the big pictures that were on the thumbnail at the beginning of the video. Hasbro had a lot of Transformer reveals this past week, or actually on Friday, this past Friday at MegaCon. And I'm going to be completely upfront with you. I've never even heard of MegaCon until Friday, but apparently it's taking place in Canada, and boy, did they just show off a lot. Hasbro just put it all out there for the Transformers. Now, I'm doing Transformers because, as I've said before, I've had a few requests to cover Transformers. Please keep in mind that unless it's Generation 1, I really don't know much about it, but I can put up pretty pictures and talk about them. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Voyager class Heatwave from Age of the Primes. Now, like I just said, if it's not G1, I don't know too much about it. I don't even know what Age of the Primes is. I'm guessing it's like a more cel-shaded type cartoon, just by taking a look at the color scheme, the bright colors on Heatwave right here. I'm not familiar with Age of the Primes. I know he's an Autobot because he has the symbol, and that's basically about it. But he's also a fire truck, and you gotta love a fire truck. He's a really cool looking, like, futuristic fire truck as well. So I don't know if Age of the Primes took place on Cybertron, if it took place on like a future Earth, or if it just took place on an Earth where they didn't care what the vehicles looked like, they just wanted them to transform. I really dig the head sculpt of this one. I don't know why, but like it just tickles me that he comes with like this axe. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong about this, but it looks like it's a translucent axe. So I'm wondering, does that mean it's supposed to be like an energy axe or something? Because that's really cool. I really dig that. This is $34.99, available on Hasbro Pulse and Entertainment Earth. Links to everything that is available will be in the description below. So everything we're going to talk about here for the Transformers is up for pre-order. I'll have links to that in the description below. And the next one we're going to talk about is one that, once again, it's from Age of the Primes. He's from Age of the Primes. I don't know anything about him, but his name is Skybite, and he transforms into a freaking shark. And just by the name, I'm guessing he's a shark that flies. He's like a Transformer Sharknado, if that's the case. This guy's already like 10 times more awesome than Heatwave, and he was a fire truck. Come on, a robot shark with a mouth that opens and a gun that comes out. This thing is awesome. I almost want to get this guy just because of how he looks. It looks like in his robot mode, his tail sort of becomes like a pincer type weapon as well. Don't know anything about him. And also, before I go on that rant, also when you look at the shark version, it kind of looks like pieces of like his skin or like his top metal have been peeled away, and you can see the robotics, you can see the electronics underneath. That just looks really cool. That just looks really brutal. And yeah, I'm kind of digging that one. $34.99 as well. Now, the one that I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering, because I pre-ordered the first two when they were first revealed at the Hasbro 1027 event and MCM London way back in October, and that is the Studio Series Long Haul and Hook from the Constructicons. And this is the pack that I've been waiting for. Like, this was the one that I was very curious to see, mainly because of what Long Haul is hauling behind him. At the 1027 fan stream, they had talked about Devastator is a parts former, that like there's a lot of parts that just get like added onto him that aren't part of the Constructicons. They were just like pieces that came with the Constructicons. And that's just the way that it was. Like, that's what happened. Devastator was their first combiner. There was going to be some stuff done for that one that wasn't going to be done for other ones. And what I mean by that is, like, when you look at some of the other combiners, pretty much everything that they need is like built into the transformation process, including things like hands. With Devastator, the hands have to be added on. He has that big wing piece on his chest, and they incorporated that into the trailer behind Long Haul. And I think that is really awesome. That this is the first time they've taken all of those parts and sort of given it a transformation of its own to actually make it part of the Constructicons, to make it make sense, so that everything, once you break Devastator down and you have them transformed, like, there's a place to put all that stuff, so you're not just putting it in a bag and pushing it off to the side. Everything you need will be right there in vehicle mode. And I think that is really cool. This is a 2-pack, and we knew this was going to come out as a 2-pack. That the first two released, Scrapper and Bone Crusher, were 2 separate figures. Both went up for pre-order back in October. And these two, Long Haul and Hook, are in a 2-pack, and the 2-pack is $89.99, $90 for the 2-pack. And they said that the price is higher on this 2-pack than if you had just 2 Studio Series figures, because of that parts wagon, that parts trailer going on. That because of that, it's almost like 2.5 figures, 2.5 Transformers in the box. Does that justify the high cost? I don't know. I don't work the books for Hasbro, but that is their reasoning for having the price hike on that 2-pack. So we have Bone Crusher and Scrapper already on pre-order. Those are supposed to be coming out in April. And now we have the 2-pack with Long Haul and Hook. That's supposed to be coming out in August. And I'm going to guess that in a few months' time, we'll get the last 2. And what is that? Mixmaster. And I can't remember. What was it? Long Haul, Hook, Scrapper, Bone Crusher, Mixmaster. And Scavenger, I think it was the big hook and bucket, or the big bucket shovel. I think it was Scavenger. I think it was Scavenger is the last one. I just completely blanked on that. But so we will have Devastator by the end of the year, and this is one that I actually am getting. I don't collect Transformers, but I've been wanting a really good Devastator, and I just have a feeling that like this is the Devastator that I want. Even if they come out with something later down the line, a few years from now, I don't care. This is it for me. So I'm really into these ones. I already put these guys on pre-order. Yeah, 2-pack, not singles, Studio Series figures, $89.99. Available at Entertainment Earth with free shipping. Link in the description below. And the last one that we have to talk about, the Transformers, and there is a lot to talk about with this, but I am not going to be able to fill in all of the gaps on this because, like I said, if it's not G1, I don't really know much about it, and I have no freaking idea what LeoKaiser is. This is the new Transformers HasLab. I don't know who he is, but he looks awesome. And he is a combiner as well. And I find this interesting because back at the 1027 fan stream, when they were talking about Devastator, they had kind of hinted at that there were going to be more combiners coming out down the line, possibly even in 2025. This is what they were talking about. This HasLab. This is a 6-bot combiner, 7 if we hit tier 1. This is a 6-bot combiner with some just insane sounding names, some great looks for these characters, these figures, these alt modes. I'm gonna try and pronounce some of these, like LeoZak the Commander. I love that it's name and then title. LeoZak the Commander, he forms the head and the upper torso. There is, what is that? Gaia-Hawk the Destroyer is the right arm. Elbat the Spy, which is the left arm. Jaruga the Soldier, which is the lower torso, and I gotta say, his vehicle mode looks awesome. That gives me very strong, like, Jackhammer vibes from Mask. Kill Bison the Warmonger is the right leg. Drillhorn the Strategist is the left leg. I love the names, I love the titles, I love the looks of these guys. These are all Decepticons, by the way, in case you couldn't tell by some of the names and titles going along with them. And there's something called like chest animals or chest masters or something like that, that they all have like an animal that fits onto their chest, and then their animal comes out and transforms into their blaster. This is cool. I don't know where this came from. I'm guessing this came from the Japanese series after it stopped airing in the States. But this is just, I can only say this looks really awesome so many times. Now, it requires 10,000 backers. It requires 10,000 backers, and it is, what is it? It is $299.99, $300, requires 10,000 backers. Time of recording, we are roughly 24 hours into the cycle. We are at 4,069 backers. We have 44 more days of this going on. So I don't doubt that this is going to make its mark. The Transformers HasLabs always seem to do well. So, and then when you figure that you're going to get this combiner and there's going to be like at least 6 figures there, 6 Transformers there, that is just really cool. And of course we have unlockables. That the first tier unlocks at 13,000 backers, and that is Death Cobra. It is another Transformer. It's a helicopter, like sort of like a cargo chopper, cargo helo, that transforms into a freaking shoulder cannon for LeoKaiser. Look at that. I wish I collected Transformers so that I would have something awesome like this. But for not being a primary collection of mine, I'm having trouble justifying the $300 for it just because it looks cool. Devastator is one thing, but this, like, even the colors on this thing look great. And then having that huge, like, I will end you shoulder cannon, that's really cool. Second tier unlocks at 16,000 backers. Electromagnetic nunchucks that LeoKaiser can use. It looks like the chucks sort of form a spear that the commander uses. What was the commander's name? That LeoKaiser uses just in his regular mode. And then the third tier unlocks at 18,000 backers, and that's the obligatory display stand that a lot of these bigger Transformer HasLabs come with, just so it can hold them up. I'm very curious to hear what Transformers fans think of this. Not having my finger on the pulse of the Transformers, was this something you were looking for? Is this a good follow-up to the previous two? Is this something you're excited about? How do you feel about the price point? Because I think the price went up a little bit, but I also feel like you're getting a lot more with this because it's a combiner. But just to give you an idea, the HasLab is $299.99. Devastator, who is also a 6-figure combiner, once it's all said and done, Devastator completed will be $210.95. So LeoKaiser is about $80 more expensive than, I'm sorry, it's about $90 more expensive than LeoKaiser, but I think that just goes in with that they package in the extras, they package in the unlocks, the stretch goals with the final price. And I think the thing that's making it hike the price up so much more is that really it's a seven figure combiner when you add in Death Cobra. So that's what I mean. Let me know what you think about it. I'm very curious to see what Transformers think of LeoKaiser. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making it this long. Before we sign off, there were a couple of things I wanted to talk about, going back to the G.I. Joe reveals from last week when I was talking about them. First of all, I was thinking about Breaker. That Breaker in his uniform for the classified figure that's coming out, it's going to be gray, much like it was in the cartoon. And I even commented that I'm not sure Breaker in the Sunbow cartoon had chewing gum. He definitely had the 5 o'clock shadow, but I'm not sure if blowing bubbles and popping them was his thing like it was in the cartoon, which made me realize that this figure, this is what they're going to make the retro card figure out of. I have no doubt about it, that eventually we're going to get a version of Breaker that's all in like the classic green, maybe with a couple of other accessories, take away the Mass Effect take away the Mass Device accessory, give him like maybe an M16 rifle or something else, and that's going to be our retro card figure right there. I was also thinking about the Diver 2-pack that was like with the reds and the red and the yellow, and I'm kicking myself that I completely missed out on like a Deadpool and Wolverine joke right there. One final thing before I sign off, in case you missed it, I did a short where I did a head swap for CoverGirl right here. I took the Black Widow head sculpt and I put it on CoverGirl, and I really dig this. I think this is a great look. CoverGirl also now has her own jetpack as well, so I think that kind of works with her with the bomber jacket, kind of like the G.I. Joe version of the Rocketeer. Happy New Year, everyone. The holidays are over and it's great to have you all back. To celebrate the new year, go ahead and leave a like on the video, and while you're at it, you might as well subscribe if you haven't already. If you're a returning subscriber, I would like to thank you for coming back and joining me for 2025. If you would like to help this community of collectors grow, you can do so by joining the Steel Core. You can do that by becoming a channel member or a coffee page subscriber. Either one gets you access to members-only videos, the Discord, and eventually members-only live streams, all for $1 a month. You can join by clicking on the button below this video or by clicking the link to my coffee page in the description below. It's a new year and new things are coming to the channel. So play well, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.